Hello everyone, how are you doing? Welcome to 5th episode of Vinbits. Let's see what Saloni and Rahul wants to know about pharma career today.
Hi Vinod, we are fine. Hope you're good too. Today we would like to know how to prepare for the pharma industry while doing MD Pharmac post-graduation. We have 3 years time with us. How can we make best use of this period so that we are ready for the industry by the end of it?
Of course, happy to give you some tips and tricks. Let's get started. There are 2 important attributes you need to drive deep in your mind if you want to be successful. First, be self-driven. That means don't expect professors or peers to come to you and tell you what to learn and how to learn. Similar to clinical specializations, you have to explore, learn, and find your own way. Spoon feeding never helps you to develop and grow individually. This is the single most important mindset attribute that will help you in getting ready for the industry. Be self-driven. Second most important attribute is networking. More and more you speak to people, meet them and talk, better it will be for you to get ready for the industry. We will talk about this networking in detail in few minutes. Now a little bit about the environment you will spend during those 3 years. Trust me, you will find a lot of resistance around you. This may come from your peers, seniors, juniors, faculty, family, friends, some industry people, sometimes even from within you. There can be many reasons for this. Let's not get into those details, but this resistance that you may face will discourage you from pursuing industry career. But perseverance always wins. Don't give up, come what may. Stay focused and determined. While you find resistance in many directions, there will also be supportive people. So some faculty and many experts in the industry are really looking for people like you. It's just that they are too occupied with their work, but try to talk to them and they will be more than happy to advise and motivate you. One last thing before I move to the next topic. Do you remember Darwin's theory of natural selection and survival of the fittest? It says that differential survival due to differences in phenotype exists. So similarly, in pharma industry, you will be able to survive and thrive only if you differentiate yourself to suit evolving pharma industry and remain mentally fit to chase your dream. Faster you differentiate yourself, better will be your growth prospects. Okay, so enough of gyan now. Let's move to some planning.
Okay. I have my pen and paper ready.
Well, good then. For next few minutes, I would like to share a planning tool with you that can help you maximize the way you use 3-year PG period in a beneficial way. A plan for 3-year period. Let's start by dividing 3 years into blocks of 6 months each. So this means you have 6 blocks of time period. Each block has 6 months. So first 6 months, you should spend time in an exploratory fashion to understand what are different areas and options that exist in the space of pharma and life science industry. In the same 6 months block, you should also begin to work on getting the basic skeleton in place. Next 1 year means following 2 blocks of 6 months, try to put some meat on the bone. And then the subsequent 1 year, develop the muscle. Last 6 months, just dedicate time to clear your exams and prepare for the interview. Alright?
Vinod, skeleton, meat and muscle. This sounds like human anatomy class. What exactly do you mean?
Good one. Let me explain step by step. Let's start with first 6 months, the exploratory phase. This is where your eyes and mind should be wide open. Search everywhere, talk to seniors, faculty and industry experts in an effort to understand what are different areas of pharma and life sciences industry. Once you see the big picture, you would be able to narrow down and focus on a handful of areas which are close to your heart and the ones which you really like to do. Below is one such list of different fields, but there can be more. go ahead and Google yourself and talk to people for more details. Now that you understood exploratory phase, let's talk about skeleton, meat and muscle. In first 6 months, apart from exploring, you should be focusing on getting basic skeleton in place. Below are few things which become basic skeleton in your preparatory phase. So these are basic essentials. These activities will start in first month of your PG period and continue throughout 3 years. Without these, your whole preparation falls apart. But let me tell you also about one more dimension to your preparation. So the list that you see here can be achieved by reading and remembering. So that's the easiest part about having the basic skeleton in place. Just read them and remember them, and then you are good.
Wait, what? All these are just skeleton? And then there is meat and muscle. I thought this is all we have to do in 3 years, and that should be good enough for freshers, isn't it?
This is what everyone thinks. All these activities may help you in clearing your exams with flying colors, but will not guarantee a job in the industry. According to the MCI website, there are at least 1030 MD Pharmacs every year. You must differentiate yourself from the crowd, otherwise you are just one among them. Remember Darwin's theories of natural selection and survival of the fittest? Yeah. Let's talk about meat on the bone now. In contrast to the previous list, there are few activities listed below which you can do and understand concepts a bit deeper. These are around applied aspects in pharmacology. During your second and third blocks of 6 months, you should be doing these activities repeatedly and on different complex topics so that you will get experience on these areas, and thus you can be better than others on these topics. That's how you will begin your differentiation from rest of the crowd. Frankly, in my opinion, only 10 to 20% of MD Pharmacs actually reach this stage.
Wow, you mean out of 1030, only 100 to 200 people are good in these activities? That's a massive filter of differentiation already.
Exactly. Now let's talk about developing some muscle. This is the next level. In this level, you will not only do those activities on applied aspects repeatedly, but you also master them. Following are few activities that can help you in developing muscle. But the real differentiation actually comes with soft skills. One needs to spend at least 2 to 3 blocks of 6 months, that is 1 to 1.5 years, to understand, practice and apply these soft skills. In my opinion, only about 5% of students actually reach this stage and excel it.
That really looks rock solid in terms of differentiation, but it doesn't look easy. How do I know if I'm developing muscle and if I'm doing it right?
You are right. It's not easy, but not impossible either. You can master applied aspects and get better in soft skills by various methods of learning with some mentors' help from industry and academia. Since we are talking about this, I can also tell you about a training course that helps students in this developing muscle stage. Details about this course can be found at www.pathtopharma.com. This course provides a view of big picture of pharma industry, makes students practice on various real-world case studies of the industry, and also has a special focus on soft skills and career development. You can find names of students in the description box below who went through this training course in 2018 and the year 2020. Feel free to contact course coordinators and the alumni of this course to know more about it.
Now I get it. Skeleton, meat on the bone and developing muscle. Makes total sense. And yeah, thank you for telling us about Path to Pharma. We'll check it out for sure. Vinod, I have another question. You talked so much about networking and talking to others. But how to go about this? I'm not an extrovert as such, and I'm not sure if I can be good at networking.
Come on, it's not rocket science, but I would say networking is key to every step in your prep phase. I can break it down for you. The who, where, what of networking. So let's start with who. So who to network with? you can talk to students from different colleges, faculty from different colleges, and industry personnel of different experience levels from different companies. Where to network? There are a lot of platforms. Look at the list below. My personal favorites are LinkedIn for virtual networking and workshops or conferences for face-to-face networking. Now, what to network about, what to talk to them when you network? It's simple. Just remember the topics on the meat and muzzle slides. So any activity on that list can be a topic for discussion. Just pick any relevant topic when you are talking to these people and get started, and the discussion will continue, and it can be very useful. Don't forget to follow up after you network with them.
I'm all set and ready to go. But Rahul has a question now, and I also would like to know about it. If I like a particular field or a role in first 6 months of my PG period, is it possible that I focus on that role and prepare for it exclusively?
Of course it's possible. Let me show you a sample prep plan for a medical affairs role. On the screen here, you can see a job description of medical advisor at Abbott company that I downloaded from the LinkedIn website. If you like any particular role, first important thing to do is to familiarize yourself with that job description and break it down to important tasks and responsibilities of that role. The red color text you see here are such tasks a medical advisor is expected to do as part of general medical affairs activities. On this part of screen, in red text, you will see continuation of such tasks in different areas within the company. Once you break it down to such activities, start working on those red text activities to get some expertise. Okay? On the screen here is basically a list of all activities from the job description you just saw, but compiled as a table. On right hand side of the table, you see some codes, right? Don't get confused. These are nothing but specific activities you saw a few minutes ago as part of skeleton, meat and muscle. Just rewind the video to those slides and cross-check which activity can help you in preparing for each specific task of a medical advisor. Okay? But I should caution you, don't take it as written in stone. This is just an illustration. The idea is that you understand the methodology of how to prepare for the industry. In this process, you should create your own plans, discuss those plans with faculty, peers, industry experts, and keep working as per the plan, and you are all set. There you go. You have it all now. Go and get started. All the very best to both of you.
Thank you so much, Vinod. Very, very helpful tips. I'm a lot more confident now about my decisions and chasing my dreams. Can we contact you for any questions in future?
Of course. Happy to help anytime. I prefer to be contacted via LinkedIn. Scan this QR code and you can locate me on LinkedIn. Also check out my other Vinbits videos. Happy networking. Bye bye then.